11 KDP books made $73,000. The pattern is clear. Let me show you something interesting. Recently, I analyzed 11 Kindle direct publishing books, different authors, different niches, different audiences. But together, these books generated around $73,000 in revenue. Now, here's the surprising part. It wasn't luck. It wasn't a massive audience, and it definitely wasn't some secret Amazon algorithm trick. Instead, these books followed a very clear pattern. And once you see this pattern, you will understand why some KDP books succeed while thousands disappear. Every year, thousands of people upload books to Amazon KDP. Many of them believe something like this: if I write a book, people will find it. But the truth is much harsher. Most books sell less than 10 copies, not because the authors aren't talented, but because they miss something important. Successful books aren't random, they are strategic. And when we look closely at these 11 books, a pattern started to appear. The first thing we notice, every successful book solved one specific problem. Not a vague idea, not a general topic, a specific outcome. For example, instead of writing a book about productivity, a successful author might write how to wake up at 5 a.m. and build a powerful morning routine. Instead of writing about business, they write how to start a profitable side hustle with $0. The difference may seem small, but on Amazon, clarity wins. People don't search for inspiration, they search for solutions. Another pattern appeared. These successful books didn't try to sound overly complex. They focused on simple, practical ideas. Think about it. When someone buys a book on Amazon, they are usually looking for one thing: a result. They want to learn how to improve their habits, how to make money online, how to write a book, how to become healthier. The most successful authors understand this. They don't try to impress readers, they try to help them. And that mindset changes everything. It is something many new authors underestimate. The title of the book, every successful one had a title that immediately answered one question: what will I gain from reading this? For example, Atomic Habits, The 4-Hour Work Week, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Simple, clear, powerful. A good title isn't just a name, it's a promise. And when that promise resonates with readers, the book starts selling. Now imagine you scrolling through Amazon. Hundreds of books appear. You don't know the authors, you haven't read the description, so what do you rely on? The cover. Those successful books had cover that were clean, professional, easy to read, not overly complicated, just strong enough to stop someone from scrolling. Sometimes the difference between a book that sells and a one that doesn't is simple presentation. Here's a final pattern we discovered. Most of these authors didn't rely on one single book. They built a collection. One book lead to another. One reader becomes a loyal audience, and over time the income grows. Think about it like planting seeds. One seed may grow, but if you plant 10, your chances increase dramatically. That's why many successful KDP authors focus on publishing consistently. When people hear that someone made thousands from KDP, they imagine luck, but success in publishing usually follows a structure: a clear idea, a strong title, a professional presentation, and the willingness to keep publishing. Anyone can write a book, but building something meaningful requires strategy and persistence. Every successful book you see on Amazon KDP today started the same way, with a blank page, a simple idea, and someone brave enough to turn that idea into something real. So if you have ever thought about writing a book, maybe this is your side, because your story, your knowledge, or your experience could be the next book someone is searching for.